Welcome to the Underdogs podcast. We have all done a personality quiz, which we're going to start things off with to really get in depth of our personalities.
Ooh, I think a lot of people might know it. It is the 16 type personality quiz.
Yeah, it's the one that starts with a bunch of letters and then has more letters afterwards.
Yeah.
I've seen people guess them in the comments before, being like, oh, I think this person's this and this and this. So someone's clearly put some thought into it.
They
so
were
we thought,
so wrong.
Yeah, they were very wrong.
Yeah. They said Cogger was an extrovert, and I was like, I discounted the opinion.
Down the middle, tell you what.
we'll see what we get here.
Spoiler alert.
Should we just go straight into that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's
So
start with Cogger.
we haven't told each other what we are. So
We could have a guess on what each person's going to be before they say it.
in the different sections.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first section is extroverted versus introverted. I reckon Jackson was probably introverted.
I would agree. I think that's what he would have got.
Yeah, this time I got, where did it go? I don't know my percentages anymore. It was 51-49.
Or
Was it 52?
straight down
So
the middle.
straight down the middle, slightly introverted.
What kind of extroverted things do you like doing? Are you like confident in front of like a class and like in
I
a
suppose.
leadership
I
role
think
and all
it,
those things?
And I'm happy to jump in front of a camera and act, for example.
You
That's
just
not really
choose not to.
extroverted. I don't know. It depends on the scenario as to whether I do things.
Yeah.
In what situations are you introverted though?
I don't think I'm ever introverted
what
necessarily.
I
I think
was
I just
thinking.
don't like big parties.
Yeah.
It's like an introverted thing, I suppose.
Which was only a couple of the questions were
Yeah.
related to that. It's like, what do you do at the end of a big work week? And it
I
was
definitely
like,
don't want to go to a huge
party.
party. That's never on my agenda.
So the next category is where we direct our mental energy, and there's intuitive or observant. What did you get, Jackson?
Intuitive there, Zachary. 84%.
So what does this mean? I don't
Oh,
understand
well,
this one.
The thing says intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded and curious, which I think makes sense for Jackson in his
Right.
writing.
And reservant people more just see it how it is rather than what it could be.
They prefer novelty over stability and focus on hidden meanings and future possibilities.
Ooh, okay.
Very
That
spicy.
kind of makes sense for you.
I hope so.
And then we've got nature, how we make decisions and cope with emotions. You can be thinking or
I was
feeling.
feeling, but I was just feeling 52% for the feeling.
It's kind of rough if you don't have thinking as one of your traits.
No thinking.
You're just a fucking idiot.
No, there's like it's like your head or your heart. That's
it's
not
like
a
you're an
bad
emotional
yeah,
but
person.
I just kind of find it funny.
Zach's just like got the 90% thinking and he's like fucking feeling idiots. Like,
Maddie's sad about something. Zach's like, just get over it.
Use your brain. Yeah, that one will get you in the doghouse, guys. Don't try it.
I think I know what Zach is.
And then, so we'll go on to the next category, tactics. The trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making.
I was a prospecting man, 71% prospecting.
Compared
what's the
to
other option?
judging.
Judging.
Wait, what's
29.
the difference between those?
So prospecting is like, again, it's kind of like looking at what you can get out of something, and judging is looking at it and then making a decision off what it is. So like, it's what you look at something and say what it is right now, and that's judging it. If you look at something and see
okay.
what it can be, you're prospecting for a future option.
I
Think
see.
this test is cryptic.
Yeah.
Like the words they use to describe it is so weird.
Oh, because they don't want to make anything sound negative
Yeah.
or positive. Well, they want everything to sound positive, sorry.
okay.
So it's like they have to use different words when describing different things.
Yeah, they can't use dumb for feeling.
for feeling
thinking
anything.
and dumb. And the last one is identity, which underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. You can be assertive or turbulent.
I'm turbulent, apparently.
Really?
What?
Which doesn't seem
You don't
correct.
give off that energy. I feel.
57% turbulent.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Turbulence is an interesting one because it's just more like your like image of self, you know, like some people kind of like fluctuate. Some people are very sure of who they think they are.
Yeah.
Whereas turbulent, it may fluctuate a bit,
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like this test, everything is kind of comes out.
Yeah.
Because if you're assertive and you're wrong, you're really wrong.
Yeah, some people that just have like they're just such a dick, but they think they're like
Yeah.
really cool about
Extremely
it.
confident in themselves when they probably should make some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, most of them pretty down the middle.
And what does that make you in the end? Now you've gone through
So-
your letters.
What I got was campaigner.
Ooh. What does that mean?
The campaigner. What do you want me to tell you? He's a free spirit. He's outgoing, open-hearted, and
Sounds
open-minded.
like a Sigma male to me.
Yes. Stand out
see-
in any crowd, apparently. But
See, I agree with the standout in any crowd. I don't know about the free spirit
is it the height?
and like,
the crowd?
Yeah, that's why you stand in the crowd. They can just see your head above all the other heads.
Oh, there he is.
yeah.
Free
Jackson's-
spirit. Is Jackson, do you think you're a free spirit, Jackson?
I don't know.
I think you might be.
I suppose so.
I think you're pretty
You're a bit
free.
wild.
I
And
think it depends on the situation, a lot of this stuff
like
for
some
me.
people consider like a free spirit. It's like, yeah, I go and camp in the bush overnight and look at the stars. I'm like, yeah, fucking loads of people do that. Are you really a free spirit?
Yeah,
or is
I
that
don't know.
just,
Or are you conforming?
yeah.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Ooh.
Anything else exciting with your?
I think the romantic section is very funny.
It says that I
Yeah.
fall in
Also,
love.
there's like the
You
strengths
fall in
and
love.
weaknesses
I
section.
fall in love, everyone.
Like too easily.
I'm quick to fall in love.
Is that true, Jackson?
Yeah, I have found that to be true.
Oh,
And
okay.
also, you always say with your relationships, like, why delay like moving in, or like if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out. So
put
fully
your heart
commit.
into it and see what happens. That's what I like
Yeah.
to do,
Absolutely send it and then deal with the consequences later.
which I have had to do in the past. But you live and you learn.
I don't know if you should say absolutely send it when you're thinking about your partner. Oh man, babe, me and you just sent it back in the start.
Absolutely sent it to moving in
Sent
together.
it too hard.
And then I absolutely sent it.
We've got to dial it back here.
Yeah.
Well, you are moving in with your girlfriend
Yeah,
soon.
surely
yeah?
in a week.
How long have you
2
known
weeks.
each other now, total?
Oh, known her?
Oh, dating. Sorry,
dating
dating.
about just under 2 years, I think.
Okay, that's a long time. You didn't
Yeah,
really send
that's
it.
that's not completely.
normal.
But
fair.
you have been living together.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we
not
spend
in your
most
own
nights
house.
at each other's houses, so it's not really going to change that much.
Permanent
Well, there you
slumber
go.
parties, living the dream.
Campaigner.
Campaigner.
Can I go next?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I haven't actually read through mine, and I think you guys have. So
you interviewed me.
yes. Okay, so for mine, I got 60% extroverted. What do you reckon? Does that?
Sounds about right.
I feel that. I feel like maybe.
I think it's like more. I definitely used to be more introverted.
Yeah,
but
the
then
past couple of years, definitely.
I've become more confident with YouTube, but
Is it the
also
money?
like. Sorry.
What?
No, it's the talking to a camera all day every day.
Yeah, that helps
Yeah.
Kind
actually
of
a
start
lot.
thinking I'm funny, and then
yeah, I feel like you.
And then you go outside and you can't cut out your shit joke.
no, but especially with like public speaking and that, and there are a few questions like leadership roles and public speaking, and like whether you're a bit of a watcher on the wall or you. And I feel like I'm more extroverted recently. My energy was 63% observant. I think that makes a lot of sense. Not very intuitive. Don't really
Yep.
care about like deeper meanings and all that.
Sure.
Just,
You see
That
things
makes
as
sense.
they are, makes sense.
Yeah. Nature, 68% thinking, as we could have predicted.
Optimal.
Yeah, as we could have thought. That I think makes a lot of sense too. I feel like I'm very logical rather than follow the heart kind of stuff. 75% prospecting. See, a lot of mine are very strongly on one side.
Yeah.
What was
What's
it? Prospecting
prospecting again?
Wait, if you click on it,
Judge
it'll
the
say-
drop down.
It's judging. Judging or prospecting.
Oh,
you
in
don't
fact,
have
doesn't
it.
have
Yeah.
a drop down.
No drop down for you.
The approach to work planning and decision making. And identity, I got 83% assertive.
Very sure of himself.
Very sure of myself, which I am.
Yeah.
know,
Good
I-
luck convincing Zach when he's done something wrong.
I am very sure of myself.
He's like, yeah, I'll take your stock.
I'll be better
You
with this
cannot
stock.
convince him
I'll
otherwise.
win. Flies off with Roy,
SDs.
but with confidence.
With confidence. He's an 83% assertive Roy.
I feel like outside of Smash, I am as well. Like, I don't really question. I mean, I got a really good job, so I don't need to be like, worried about who I am or like what I'm doing with my life, because for the moment it's gone pretty well. But then also like editing and that, I am like very confident with my own editing and my own filming and that. And then like I know exactly what I want. And then like does that kind of apply?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
You know, like-
because
You're not
what you want
self-doubting.
from your editing. You're not like,
Yeah.
oh, is this gonna be good? And then you like upload
No, I'm
it
like,
on a
that's
whim.
fucking funny. Put it in the video.
Upload that.
Sometimes.
I think
yeah.
a very common one is like thinking something is going to go wrong while you're doing it. And like, like when someone's while they're doing something like, oh, what if this is going to be bad when I finish it? But I feel like you're just excited to do it.
Yeah.
Like you don't
No,
have that
definitely.
like that inner voice being like, this isn't very good, is it? And you just
No.
you're just like, woo.
I think that's because of YouTube. I have the fix it in the editing mindset.
Yeah.
Even if it's bad, you can make it good. That's how I live my life.
And what does that make you?
That makes me an ESTPA.
Which is
AKA.
like a
Oh, yeah,
one-worder.
sorry. They have a name, don't they? Entrepreneur? Oh,
I think that makes
Jeff
sense for
Bezos,
you.
I'm coming for you.
It
Zach's-
says what kind of people you're similar to, like famous people.
Okay, Helen Keller. No, wait, that's a quote. I thought I was saying I was similar to her. I'm similar to Jack Nicholson, Eddie Murphy, Madonna,
Oh, I
There's
see
a lot of
that.
performers, you know. It's a very performative one.
Let's see the strengths and weaknesses. Strengths, I'm bold, rational and practical, original, perceptive. There's a lot of strengths.
That just keeps
Weaknesses, insensitive. Yeah, probably. Impatient.
The
yeah,
whole conversation about thinking versus feeling is the definition of
going. Insensitive,
insensitive.
and then the next one was impatient.
impatient. I was going to say definitely. Risk prone. Probably not as much as others. Unstructured. Very unorganized. Yes. May miss the bigger picture, I guess. Defiant. Do you guys think I'm defiant?
What does
You're
that
a
mean
sub.
exactly? Like you just don't want
I
to do
won't
things?
be boxed in.
You know, like when
Hard
like
rules, sitting quietly while they're lectured at. This isn't how we live our lives, Jordan.
Oh,
Some
did
people-
you hate uni? Is that what?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really hate it, but like I would usually just play games on my computer when I should have been listening to lectures.
some
Yeah.
people, like, it's more like, you know, when an authority figure tells them what to do, and just because it's an figure, sorry, I said Tigger. Imagine authoritarian Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Half an hour as you get executed.
Anyway, authority figures, they might be right, but you're just pissed off because they're telling you what to do. That's what a defiant person is.
Okay.
Okay.
I see.
Entrepreneur personalities can hardly be said to be pining away for their wedding day. Life is fun and full of surprises, and they enjoy it all in the here and now.
Sorry,
Maddie. Not pining for that wedding day.
Well, you're not. Are you a big planner? Do you have this like
I'm
big
not.
10-year plan or anything?
Maddie's a massive like
Yeah.
10-year planner.
That's
Not to,
good
like,
balance
put her on
then.
blast. Yeah, it is good balance. But like had to figure out very early whether I fit into that 10-year plan, and like she was very straightforward with it, and like yeah, it works out.
Sophie's similar.
But like yeah, I think I knew that like Sophie was similar.
Because yeah, she was like this is the longest relationship I've ever been in, because after about 2 weeks with everyone else, I realized it wasn't going to work in the long run, and then I just cut it off like
Wow.
instantly. I was just like, this ain't going to work. And like I didn't think that far in advance after like that amount of time. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I hadn't really thought about like my future and that much until Maddie was like, right, I need to have all my kids by the time I'm 30, and like and like this is my career, and I'm just like, yeah, I think that like lines up.
Okay.
I could make this work.
No, that's like in ages for me, because like I'm a fair bit older than Maddie, so then like it actually works out because she
Yeah, no,
know,
if
like,
it works for you,
she
but
has
it's-
her whole plan, and
it's
then
just like people in your mindset, I think, haven't even thought about that in advance. I feel like that's what this came from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
definitely similar to that. I've not planned all that stuff out at all. I'm
Nope.
like, well, tomorrow I might do this.
I mean,
tomorrow I might become a dad.
Already am, apparently.
Anyway, sorry, I know we're spending a lot of time on mine, but I just saw something very funny. Sexually, entrepreneurs have no real reservations.
Oh my
it's
God.
fun, it's physically enjoyable. New ideas are always welcome, like falling off the bed. Personality, strong perception keeps them well tuned to their partner's needs. Hear that, fellas? However, entrepreneurs' separation of the physical act from the more emotional and spiritual connections that many people look for in intimacy can be a serious source of tension if ever. Okay, that's a negative. We're going to put that away. No, so basically sex being disconnected from like love, I guess.
Damn. So
Like
that's
between expression of love.
man just wants to get laid and
Man
get
just
paid
wants to
and
have
then-
fun.
Yeah, that's it.
Easily bored, people with entrepreneur see constant excitement.
Damn.
It
Hear this,
sounds
Maddie?
like, does this sound like cheating? Even intentionally exposing themselves to risk if they feel stuck.
Nah. I don't think so.
what else does it?
Could
Yeah.
be prone to it.
Exposing to maybe if you're like single or something, you might do some dumb shit. I don't know if
Yeah.
it means
Yeah.
cheating.
But I do have a zest for life. And that's all
Hell
I'll say
yeah.
on the
That's good.
That's the friendship section. A zest for life.
Zesty.
Should I go ahead now?
Yeah, go, Jordan.
Yeah.
All right,
I feel
I'll
like-
bring up my percentages. Okay, so on the first one, extroverted, introverted, I got 59% introverted.
Oh, biggest introvert in the underdogs.
Yeah, which I feel like is appropriate. I kind of enjoy being by myself a lot of the time. Like, I would house sit like just by myself for like weeks, and I would be completely fine.
Really? I would go mental.
No, I loved it. But then like Holly, like my girlfriend, she's like, I'll go to a tournament, and so she'll go to like her parents for the night or something.
Oh, really?
She's like the complete opposite of that.
So like, because I know you listen to like podcasts and play video games and all that.
Yeah, I think
sort of thing
podcasts
too.
definitely help with that because I'm like, I never feel alone, and I think about it. I'm like, oh, but I am listening to podcasts all the time. But okay, nature. I got 54% thinking.
Optimal.
Yeah, a bit of optimal, but a bit of feeling
A lot of
as
feeling
well.
there
A little
too.
bit of feeling.
But that is optimal.
Balance is optimal.
Yeah. Okay, so judging and prospecting. I got 67% judging.
Oh, you're the only one with judging.
Very judgmental.
Yeah, so judging individuals are decisive, thoroughly and highly organized, and they value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning.
My
Well,
man's
makes
got a
sense.
schedule.
Yeah.
My man's
I
has got a
remember when you have
schedule.
a
Your
schedule.
schedule, yep.
Yeah, I feel like because I remember doing this test a while ago and I got a pretty different thing actually. But I think that was like before I started having a schedule and doing YouTube videos and all that stuff. So I think it's pretty accurate. And then for the final one, I got 90% assertive.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa, was that more than Zach?
Yeah, Zach was 80
I
something,
got
83.
Wow.
So very self-assured apparently, even-tempered and resistant to stress, which I do agree with. I feel like I'm pretty
Yeah.
chill.
Stay chill, get the kill.
Stay chill, get the kill.
I feel
No,
like it
you
is
are.
important for like YouTube because you kind of have to, you get so many comments and you have to kind of manage yourself and stuff. You need to be, I guess it's thick-skinned, but also self-assured in your own stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
No
Or just-
coincidence that the one guy with a schedule does daily uploads and we're like, oh, we'll do it when we get there and we have shit upload schedules.
I guess this is pretty accurate so far then.
And what does that make you?
Oh, I
One more
am
left.
a architect, apparently.
Oh.
Which is very interesting. The same as Putin and Elon Musk,
Oh,
apparently.
You're a bit of a Putin.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a Putin.
And the same as Michelle Obama, you know.
Putin won.
It
Pop
says...
Poor Putin. Sorry, that's terrible.
It's not funny, Zach.
I know. I can't
He's
stop
assured
laughing.
of himself though. He's confident enough
I'm
to say it.
confident. Pop Putin's funny, everyone.
It says it can be lonely at the top.
This is when Peter's bullying him so much for being the best player. It's lonely at the top.
As one of the rarest personality types and one of the most capable. Architects know this all too well. Rational and quick-witted architects may struggle to find people who can keep up with their non-stop analysis of everything around them.
Oh, the
he's
non-stop
optimal.
analysis. Oh, it's fucking makes so
This
much
is
sense.
so accurate.
Genius.
What should I look at? Strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, strengths and weaknesses
is
funny.
Okay.
And then the romance.
And the romance, we can see how you
Fuck.
fuck.
Strengths: rational, informed,
Yep.
independent. I agree with
Yep.
that. Determined.
Yep.
That makes sense. Curious. That makes sense. I'm always Googling everything. Holly gets so annoyed. Like she'll bring up anything and I'll be like, oh, let's just Google it. I don't know if that's right. Or like some weird thing or like just a word I've never heard. I'll be like, oh, let's Google it. Let's Google
How is your
it.
general knowledge so bad if you're always Googling everything?
Sounds like you started learning at age 20.
What did you do for the first 20 years of your life, dude?
I played COD
Oh, yeah. Checks out.
and slept.
and slept.
A lot of
and slept
sleeping.
a lot. Arrogant. Mm-hmm.
Are these
Yeah.
weaknesses or
Yeah.
You're humble, you're not
Weaknesses.
I don't know.
arrogant.
Yeah, I think that one's not correct at all.
It says their self-assurance can blind them, which I guess, I don't know.
Too busy being optimal to have fun. That's
Yeah.
blinded you.
Ooh.
I got dismissive of emotions.
Do you find that with Holly?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm not too bad at it. Like on the feeling thing, I got like 43%, which is pretty high.
Yeah.
But yeah, overly critical.
She has a bad day and you're like, don't be sad. That's not optimal. Be happy instead.
happy's optimal?
I do remember saying to Holly, like,
There we go.
just,
Oh, no.
just imagine you, like, you just lived in a shit tribal town and have no legs, and now you're here today.
That is so dismissive
Wow.
of emotions. It's
Yep.
like, it could be worse. You could have no legs, babe. So cheer up.
But it helps me. Sometimes I think that. Like sometimes I wake up and I'll like have a bit of like a meditation session and I'll just imagine like the desert and nothing, and then I'm like, oh, and now I'm here. This is pretty cool. Like,
It's taking like you're appreciating what you have.
Hobbit envisions
Yeah.
the void and is just like, oh,
exactly.
existence.
Because like I feel like happiness
The best
is
gift.
just like your expectations, and then like what the reality of that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
is. Like if you
Not
think
for everyone.
That sounds like you're a big thinking and not a feeling person. Because if you're a feeling person, you can't just do that. You can't just think yourself out of being sad.
well, I was slightly more thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what the difference, you know. If you can't just logic your way out of being sad all the time.
That's true. But like, you know, you're playing a sport and you think you're going to get destroyed and then you win. You're like, woo, that was sick. Or like you go and you think you're going to win and then you win. You're like, okay. So if you think it's the worst of the day, it's only going to get better.
You had explained it well until the sport analogy.
What? That was good.
That was a good. I backed
I
it.
play sport. Me and Jackson, we
Yeah,
play sport. We
Yeah,
get
sport players get it.
I play more sport
No,
than
I
you,
don't think
Jackson.
so. No, I don't think so, mate. You would have got the
you didn't get
analogy.
the analogy,
otherwise.
yeah.
I got the analogy, but the void one was better, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh no, weaknesses. Romantically clueless. Architects' relentless rationality can lead them to be frustrated by romance. Sounds like I'm a robot.
That's not too far from the truth.
Putin might be a robot.
You're a bit of a robot, Jordan. There's nothing to
look,
be ashamed
that's
about.
true. Let's go into the romantic section.
Oh, here we go.
After that,
It's like
The whole thing just says clueless. There's no more information. I mean, you did have a nice, cute meeting with your girlfriend in like the snake lolly aisle, right?
no, we met on
You
Tinder.
like,
Okay, people with the architect personality approach romance the way they do most challenges, strategically with clear-cut goals and a plan.
you match on Tinder and you're like, step 1, pick up line. Step 2, get laid. It's like,
Bubba's got the schedule at 7 p.m. Pick them up. 7:30, eat dinner. It's like 8:30, kiss. I don't know.
I feel like taking feelings into account is rational as well, though. I feel like at heart I'm not as robotic as this is making out to be. Emotion
Yeah,
sickness.
you're pretty down the middle for some of these categories.
Yeah.
but it describes it as if you were almost like
on that
very,
side completely.
very
Did you
on
find
the
yourself doing
thinking
a
side.
lot of strongly agrees or less and more in the middle?
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
so
thing?
with the questions you could like slightly agree,
Yeah.
medium agree, strongly agree.
Yeah.
I think I hit strongly agree on like 3.
Oh wow.
Oh,
yeah, so I was very down the middle with a lot of these things.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm not as into this as it's saying. Are there any other good parts on this? Sharp-witted and darkly funny. Architects aren't everyone's cup of tea. Well,
dark humor.
I don't feel like my humor's too dark.
No, I don't think
yours is not like that.
Yeah.
It says you're witty, but watch one of our Quiplash videos and then you will quickly
Yeah,
disagree.
that's true. I
Yeah.
think you can be dark sometimes, but then like it's not all the time.
I would not say you have a dark sense of humor.
No. All right, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
To me,
Oh, what did you get, Peter? What did you get?
I got
Hemorrhoids.
entrepreneur.
Oh,
Ayo.
boys.
and
Zach.
they have the most subs. It makes sense.
They're the same picture.
Yeah, me and Zach, we've always thought we've got similar personalities. I feel like we have similar approaches to work and
Which is
stuff.
why we hated each other when we
Yeah.
first met. You know,
Wait, how does that
opposites
work?
don't attract.
We kind of clashed, you know.
Do
and
you mean the other
opposites
thing?
attract, likes repel, you know.
Yeah, sorry. Opposite likes repel.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but I got 68% extroverted, only
Ooh.
51% observant, so that was a bit of a
Okay, yeah.
bit of one.
What's the other one? Observant or?
Intuitive?
Oh, intuitive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Observant. So I'm pretty 50-50 on that, but 51% observant. 58% thinking, not a big feeler, but you know, I'm not a robot either. 76% prospecting, which is quite a lot.
Yeah, that's
and
like me.
assertive versus turbulent.
You're assertive.
I am 99% assertive.
Yeah, I
What
knew
the
you were going to be assertive.
What the hell?
I was 1% turbulent.
Sometimes to a fault.
Oh yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
I
saying
think
before.
all of us can say that.
It's
but
not a good thing
Other than Jackson.
one way or the other.
Little
Yeah, you're
turbulent.
turbulent.
But I think it does me well in a romantic sense because I like Peter means stone. It means rock. And I feel like I often live up to that name in terms of being very stable and like an anchor or something, you know, for someone who'd be more turbulent.
Yeah.
There's not many people who are more the 99%. So most people are more turbulent.
Do
than
you
me.
ever get
And
called
rock
stubborn?
hard. Ooh.
Stubborn?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I am.
Oh, okay, I was
stubborn,
wondering
but
that's similar.
Maybe that's just being assertive
No,
about myself. I could
I
be
don't
wrong.
think you're stubborn.
You don't?
No.
I just wonder what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
maybe when you're really sure that you're right.
Yeah.
And often you are, but then sometimes you're wrong, but you're really sure
But
you're right.
But like
And
10%
you're
of the time you're wrong. You look like a real idiot.
yeah.
Yeah, the weaknesses which you already went over, I feel like rang very true for me. Like insensitive, impatient, risk prone. I do all these things. Unstructured. I'm terrible with organization.
Yep.
Miss the bigger picture. Like I can be focused on stuff. Defiant. I fucking hate authority figures. I just cannot do it. That's why I was talking about it before because I was just like,
What does that mean, though?
like it's just in school. I was more stubborn, and if someone like a teacher was like telling me I'm wrong, and I knew I was right, or at least thought I knew I was right,
Yeah.
I would just like not go down without a fight. Even if like as you get older, you get smarter and stuff. But like if someone tells you, you just go, okay, whatever you say, and you move on.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I was like, no,
It's me.
I
I'm
need to
right.
be right. And like in like year one, I was like,
Really?
they're like, yeah, telling my teacher they were wrong when I was like 6.
Oh, I never did that. That's
Yeah,
so
neither.
funny.
I was so bad. And it
I
was
did
funny
that.
because
Oh, really?
I got pulled over the other day by the police while I was driving.
Ooh, what
now I'm just
for?
imagining Peter's like, I was not speeding, you idiot. Just
Well,
like-
yeah, they were like, I was like, oh, why'd you pull me over? And they're like, oh, you went around that corner pretty fast. And I'm like, oh, did my tires squeal or anything? Oh, sorry, did my tires squeal or anything? And they were like, no. And I was like, oh. And they're like, oh, just most people don't go around corners that fast. And I'm like, I've got a car that can do that. Like, what's your problem? Like, did I
you
break
say
any
that?
laws? And I was like, oh, so like, did I do anything wrong? And they're like, no, but you've got a nice car, so it sticks out. And I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Police do that all the time.
There's 0 cars on the road. Fuck off. And then like, as they were leave, they breathalyzed me. I was fine. As they're about to leave, because they can't pin anything on me. As they're about to leave, they're like, yeah, just don't drive like that, mate. It sticks out. And I was just on like the tip of my tongue being like, so I didn't do anything wrong. And then I was just like, okay, have a nice night.
Yeah,
really?
And then just,
Okay, have a nice night.
and then just proceeded to completely ignore everything they said because it's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I feel like I would ignore everything I said, but I'd be like, oh, okay, sorry.
Oh,
And then that
yeah,
would
no
be-
sorries from me. I
That
was
would
just
be
like,
all I would say, and then
okay.
I'd just be like, whatever.
yeah. So I was a bit like, the defiance in me was bubbling up, and I had to like shove it back down. I was like, hold it in.
What are your bottom 3 authority figures?
Bottom 3 or 3?
Yeah, the 3 you hate the most.
Oh, number 1,
terrible
work managers who do no work and just boss people around for no
Oh,
reason.
yeah.
Oh.
They're the shitters because they're like, this really needs to be done. Hurry up, while they're standing there doing nothing.
Yeah.
They're
That
not
one's a good one.
That's the opposite of a leader. A leader does things. They're a boss because they boss you around.
Yeah.
Like
Worst.
the people that build the pyramids, just like getting the slaves to do it all. They weren't doing
Apparently they
anything.
were paid workers. They weren't slaves. I think that might be a myth.
Oh, okay. Better than a bunch of people in this
And
day
now
and
I
age.
feel
then.
like Googling it because I'm so curious.
Apparently they got like a good burial site if they died, and like they got food and rations. Anyway,
We'll never know, I guess, because none of us want to Google it, do we?
number 2,
I could Google it.
worst people. I'm gonna say security guards at places that don't need security guards.
Oh, and they think they're top shit.
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
like you don't
Where's
have
an
any-
example of the place you're
Oh,
talking
like if you've got like a security guard at like a club or like a bar, but it's like a Wednesday night at 6 p.m. I'm like, nobody's here is going to be causing any trouble. Just like stop checking IDs and giving people the stink eye. Just let people in. Who gives a shit?
If I was a security guard, I would 100% just be doing a bit of this.
Yeah.
Or like at shopping malls,
Yeah,
security guards
mall
that like
cops or some
walk around.
shit.
I mean, 90% of the time they don't really like care enough to like try and be like, but then you know some people that have just been given this power that's a very small amount of power and they're just like, oh yeah, like I'm fucking
there's got to be
hot
some of those
shit.
people around.
I can't really think of another authority figure. Just people who decide to. It's just generally the type of person to boss people around.
Yeah.
Because they can, not because they just feel the need to assert themselves.
Yeah.
And they're so
not
not confident in themselves that they need to boss other people around to feel confident in themselves. It's
Sounds
just
like
Yeah,
more a
not-
type of authority
Yeah.
figure rather than a type like a job.
oh yeah,
That
there are
makes-
great security guards and there
Yeah,
are
yeah.
great
Oh, yeah,
teachers
yeah.
and great
Yeah.
police and all that stuff who don't feel the need to do this. They just do their job properly.
Yeah.
But it's just the type really riles me up of people who just feel the need to boss people around for
And
no
not
reason.
leading by example.
Yeah.
Like just being like, you should do that.
Although my favorite thing about the personality, though, I talked about the weaknesses there, but the best part I read on it was Parenthood. It said entrepreneurs make great parents, a child's dream. So
I'll let
because
Maddie
you get to
know.
be, you're like
5 years time in her plan.
you're like
got a good one.
Tell Maddie that it's like They're curious. They like the spice of life. They seem to enjoy life, and so they share that with their kids. It's nice.
It is nice.
And I always felt
chill.
like I was good with the kids when I was doing trampoline coaching. So hopefully I keep that one going if I become a parent.
You know how it's a good way to be good with kids? You just like be really immature and like go back to how you were like at 16. Cause like I'm fairly immature anyway, but then like it was kind of funny. Do you ever go babysitting with Holly?
No.
Oh, well, I went babysitting with Maddie once. And then, like, it'd get to the point where she's like, okay, let's do our teeth and go to bed. And then they would be, like, getting their toothbrush and they're like, I stabbed you, Zach. And then I'm the kind of person I'm like, get stabbed. And then they're all, like, laughing and Maddie's just like, like, trying to get these kids to bed. But I'm just having fun playing with these kids.
I love how just honest, like, kids are. Like, talking to kids. They'll just say exactly what they think. Oh, have you ever been, like a kid and they'll just say something that they're like, oh, I got this new game yesterday. Like they'll just have full confidence to just tell you that most random things. Like, do you find that while babysitting?
It was more like playing games, but
I find
Yeah,
that
I
I find that they often say very observant things that adults would either not say or not notice because you're too busy being caught up in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Whereas a kid might just say, like, this is when I was working at the trampoline place. They were like, oh, how old are you? And I was like, 23. And they were like, it seems a bit old to be doing this job. And I was just like, you're probably right.
so you played Smash Bros instead, the children's game.
They're like, isn't that a young person job? I'm like, I am a young person. Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but like they'll just say what
They'll
they
just say
think.
it.
It's so good.
And it's like, I had like bad hair one day and they were like, oh, did you just wake up? And I'm like, no. I was like, what the? I guess I got to fix my hair. Like the parents wouldn't tell me.
Yeah.
But they'd just be secretly judging me. So it's good that a kid told me really. So.
You need a little bit of that, a little bit of honesty
It
sometimes.
makes it very easy to have a conversation with kids. Because like doing prac for primary teaching as well, kids would just like say absolutely anything like, oh, at lunch today, I was playing basketball and I got 5 3-pointers. Or like they'll just say that and you're like, oh, wow, that was good. And you're like, yeah, well, I've been practicing with my dad. And like they'll just start talking about it. It's so funny.
It sounds like you with basketball.
That's why I love kids.
Do you ever have them where they raise their arm like in class to answer a question and then they just start going in their story? You have to be like, back on topic, please.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Kids just froth just talking about themselves, honestly.
Yeah, they just want to share with someone. It's quite cute.
Yeah.
We're on a podcast. Kids froth talking about themselves. And then it's all
Anyway, what's
four
your
of us
personality?
describing our personalities. I just saw that as so ironic.
Zach had one of those third person moments looking down and us being like, wait just a minute.
Oh. Anyway, Peter, what was your romantic and friendship things?
It was
the
like
same as
mine.
yours.
Yeah, it was the same as yours.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like spice for life and stuff and just exciting stuff. So that's pretty fun. But
Hard
yeah,
to separate the sex from the love.
I don't know about this one.
Peter the rock hard stone.
We're going to not say that.
He
And
is
we're going to
rock
move on.
hard, but anyway.
All right, what are we moving on to?
Does anyone have any final thoughts? Do you agree with yours? Do you think it's correct?
No, not really. Like parts of it, but
What do you think is not correct, Jackson?
I don't think I am turbulent. But I don't
that's
think
true.
I'm
I actually
necessarily.
don't think
I don't
you
think
are
I'm
either.
necessarily assertive, but I don't think I'm turbulent.
Like you're confident like in
I'd say
yourself.
I'm confident in myself, but I don't think it to the point of like where it blinds me. But I guess everyone feels like that.
Do you like have like, do you worry about the things you create, like your videos, like
Oh, 100%.
going badly?
I feel like I am. Maybe you guys feel like this is my biggest critic of my own work. Do you guys feel like that with your
No,
stuff?
I think that Zach's his biggest
No.
fan.
Not necessarily. Like, I know there's like lots of things that I could be doing better, and I'll try and improve on it for next time. But like every time I release a video, I am like really proud of it, and like
Yeah, you're
I'll
not
get
like-
it to a point where like
You're like
I'm
excited
like,
to
yeah,
see the reception.
This is a really good video.
Yeah, you're not
for-
worrying about it.
Yeah.
But you know there's things you can improve, but of course there's things to improve.
Yeah.
Where
I'm
talking
are you
about
maybe
this-
more not as confident
Often
in
I'll like
things?
when something's done, I'll be like, "Duh, do I bother releasing it? Like it's all right."
Yeah,
And
that
then, like,
sounds like a
definitely
turbulent
more-
moment.
Yeah, that
And then
seems like the difference
it's like,
maker.
I suppose that's true, but then a lot of the other turbulent stuff I don't relate to. Anyway,
Yeah, that's why it's a spectrum. I
Yeah.
was going to say, I'm the opposite. I release something and I'm like, this is awesome. And then I check Twitter one time. I'm like, oh God.
I'm talking more about my like bigger projects as well. For like
Yeah.
the daily videos, it's like sometimes you just gotta like you don't make every
You just
video
gotta let it fly,
over the top like crazy. Yeah, you know something about that, Jordan. But like for my bigger projects, especially stuff that I edit myself, I'll always make it like to a point where I'm like really happy with it, and I'm like, yeah, this video slaps.
Yeah. I feel like mine was fairly accurate other than like the rationale over feelings at all cost kind of vibes it was giving off. Because I feel like rational wise, like you should take feelings into account because that's part of being a person.
Yep.
But
The way you describe it like that, like rationally,
it's a rational
I will-
thought. Yes,
Yeah.
but it's still like, you know what I mean?
I will take your
Rationally-
feelings and rationalize them for myself. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe you do actually think like that, but you've worked out how to make it seem like you're feeling things to other
Yeah,
people.
I think that is exactly what I've
no one
done.
discovers how to pretend to be
Yeah.
feeling emotions.
I think that's what I've done with like my relationship as well. Because like,
Just admitting you're a psychopath.
no. Because
Guys, I've worked out how to pretend to have empathy.
No, because I feel like say there's some kind of like issue Holly and I will have, we will just like talk through it and be very rational about it, and then we will like come away like, okay, this is our new game plan. We're gonna act like a bit more like this from now on, and then we're like, okay, we're good to go. But like that's a rational approach, knowing that we have emotions, if that makes sense.
Beep, boop, 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 boop. At least you have legs.
I think something to be careful about with reading these things. I don't know if it's the right term, but like, confirmation bias. Is that the right term?
yeah.
It's like you
100
read 5
star
points.
signs.
Yeah. I guess you read 10 points, 5 of them are right, 5 of them are not. You're like, damn, this is so right. And then you just skim over the 5 that are wrong.
Yeah.
But I think the
100%.
majority of mine were right, especially in that strengths and weaknesses section.
Mine was pretty good.
You got to take it with a grain of salt, obviously, because when there's like a percentage thing.
You're asking like 30 questions and it's like, you are this.
Yeah,
You're
this
like,
is your
okay.
entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I suppose if they wanted to make it more accurate, they'd ask like
It would be a
100
longer
questions,
quiz than
but
like a 10-minute quiz
you'd
or
also
something.
not going to do that.
I'm sure you can go to a psychologist or something and get a better answer of yourself
Yeah, I'm sure. That would be very interesting
than a
actually.
10-minute online thing.
To have a super in-depth one. Did you guys also do the male hierarchy quiz?
Oh wait, can I just real quick read out I got my horoscope up because we were talking about confirmation
Segway
bias.
is cancelled.
There's a good segue.
No, that's good
But
though.
I wanted to see how accurate my horoscope was with today. I may find my liveliness and enthusiasm returning, which may propel you to make some positive changes in your lifestyle.
Has that happened?
You played Smash Golf. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was enthusiastic. Likely to
So
focus
no.
more on yourself rather than giving into opportunities. This is
It's just vague
it's
garbage.
waffling on for a whole
Oh,
paragraph.
they're very good. They're very well written like that.
are.
It's very clever.
Yeah.
It's like a politician mastering the art of answering a question without really saying
Yeah.
anything.
You may be applauded for your generosity on the social front, which may bring you immense satisfaction.
Oh, so you should have given us money in the Smash Golf, except you didn't.
But I wasn't applauded for my generosity of.
Well, you weren't
sucks.
generous, is why. I would have applauded it greatly.
So I didn't actually do the male hierarchy quiz.
Oh. Do you want
Should
to
I do
go
it
through it? Because
now?
we've all done it. Do you want to
Yeah.
go through it? Because some of the questions are dumb as hell.
Yeah,
What's
you
the
go
quiz?
through
This one?
Yeah, that one. It's,
So this is the, the whole alpha, beta, sigma shit.
But there's like a bunch of
This
ones.
is the thumbnail. Is little Z a beta male?
Move your microphone so we can get a good thumbnail face. Yeah, that's a good one. Because
We're gonna find out today.
I put a lot more stock into the first test than this one.
oh,
This one's dumb as
100%.
shit.
1,000 times more stock.
Because like this whole thing is based
I've
on
never
this
heard of
wolf
any of
thing, alpha and beta, which I'm pretty sure that they disproved anyway. So
What
it's
do you
not even
mean?
real. Like the whole alpha male thing came from studying wolves.
Yeah.
And then they were like, there's this one alpha in the pack, and then they all have to like,
Like
and then
lions.
they all aspire to be that new alpha, but they're not strong enough. Whatever. It's dumb.
Newsflash: we're not wolves.
Yeah, firstly, a
Like,
great
what?
point. And secondly, I think they had a look at wolves again and was like, that doesn't really happen.
Happens with lions, doesn't it?
What happens with a lot of mammals?
I think
Does it
just
happen
think
with
that.
humans? That's the only thing we need
no,
to
but
find
we're
out.
a mammal, so I think it could be possible. But like, what were humans like before they had people in houses?
Yeah, but like it implies that society is all a competition between males instead of cooperative,
Yeah,
which I think is not necessarily true.
Yeah, that's true.
but like, who knows naturally? Because I was watching a documentary,
Here we go.
and
Oh,
it
here
was
we go.
like
Jordan's Googled it.
so many mammals. It's like they fight, so like the strongest male gets to pass on his genes and bang all the women.
Oh yeah.
That's like lions. Yeah.
But
Another one.
is there a sigma male in the lion pack? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's all the lions that get knocked out. So
They're
what?
not sigma, they're
They're
betas.
betas.
So true.
Sigma
Sigmas
ones
just
that don't
aren't
even
fighting.
fight.
They're off like eating coconuts near a tree. I don't know. doing
Nah,
something
what
else.
happens is we're going into this.
Here we
the
go.
other lions go off, and then they try and find another like tribe of lions to kill the leader to then take
that's
over.
beta. They're trying to become an alpha.
True.
See, I'm sure that these things do exist in nature, but whether it applies to people and whether it matters at all is another question.
I mean, none of it
100%.
matters.
This quiz is funny.
It's
Yes.
I have to admit, this was funny, so let's go through
All
it.
right, I'm going to go through the questions. I do not panic easily. That's very true.
Yeah, you're chill as.
Being in debt doesn't worry me as long as I can see a way out of it.
Have you ever been in debt?
No, I actually really hate the idea of like borrowing money that you can't pay back, like with a credit card.
Yeah.
Like I've
Yeah,
always just
I've
been
never
like,
been in that
no, I have
situation.
this amount of money, and if I don't have enough to buy something,
Yeah.
I just won't buy it.
You're actually incredibly good with money from when I live with you. You're very like
Yeah,
frugal has a lot of negative connotations, but I think you are a frugal
frugal's
person.
really good.
frugal
you
fiend.
You end up with heaps of money.
Can I just add, Sophie, my girlfriend, she is one of the most frugal people I've ever met. And her whole family has just like been brought up that way because like I think her mum like grew up on a farm where things were more scarce. It makes perfect sense. And none of the things they do are insane. But to me, it's just crazy. Like she'll make everything at home. Like there's like, oh, I got some leftover herbs. Let's just make this crazy thing where I would just chuck it out. It's intense.
Yeah.
It's very handy. It's good.
You're
It's a good
good at that
trade.
too, Jordan. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm
keep
pretty
going.
frugal. I don't really own anything
Yeah.
that I don't use.
The next one is I often forgive those who have wronged me, even if they do not deserve it. I'm going to say a strong agree on that
Yeah,
one.
I think you're pretty. You
I'm
don't hold a
very
grudge.
forgiving. I
Yeah, you
feel.
don't hold a
Forgiver?
grudge at all.
When something unforeseen happens, I quickly commit to a solution. Yeah.
Wait, you guys grudge holders?
Like quickly commit
Would
to
you
a like,
consider?
well, let's do
Neither.
this. Yeah. Not
Do you hold a grudge, Jordan?
No, but it said forgive. I feel like holding a grudge and forgiving is different.
Yeah, that's
like you
true.
could just not care.
Yeah.
That's because I did slight dislike on that question actually, because it said if they don't deserve it, so that means in my head
It's
I
not
don't
optimal.
think they deserve forgiveness.
Nah, it's just
so I
easier
wouldn't
to
forgive.
get on with your life.
Yeah, just move on.
I'm a
Oh,
forgiver.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I've never been super wronged by someone
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't
I'm
know.
very
I've
close
never been
to.
in
you
this
know?
situation.
Like, but I think it would be different if I had been in a situation where like my partner cheated on me or something like really fucked up
Yeah,
happened. But like,
but it
in terms
says
of
I don't know. I feel like if someone cheated on me, I wouldn't forgive them. I would just like move on.
yeah.
yeah.
I think that'd be a slight disagree. I think you're
Yeah.
probably right there.
Oh well, I'm not going back. I fight back when someone disrespects me. I think I kind of.
I tried that one on Twitter. Bad idea.
Peter is full like on that.
100% like.
I don't think I really do.
You disrespect
I'll
my
go slightly
driving.
Dislike. Willing to risk failure for the sake of big gains.
That's my
Yes.
favorite question.
Maybe strong. Yes.
Really? You're not like a gambling man. You're risk adverse.
Risk failure for the. Oh, I was just thinking of YouTube videos.
No, but you don't make risks. It's just like all gains, right? You're not going to like lose out by releasing a video.
You don't do anything like like you don't even do like it would be like if you did a lot of non-smash videos.
Yeah, that's a big
You're
risk
like,
for a big game.
Oh man,
Like
let's-
chess videos, for
Yeah,
example.
Yeah,
exactly.
Except that had no
Yeah.
potential for any gain.
Yeah,
you
true.
never know.
I am pretty safe. Spend more time fine tuning definitions, concepts, or techniques than is probably prudent.
No. You don't give a fuck.
I reward people generously if they do what I say. I guess, kinda, yes.
Come play Smash Golf, boys.
Yeah, we got nothing to play Smash Golf today.
Yeah,
We got the cameras
None
for
of
the podcast.
If something I said was theoretically right, it's not my fault if the practical consequences were not as expected. Yes, 100%. Theoretically right, not my fault if it goes wrong.
All right.
My future looks uncertain. Strongly agree. Future's very uncertain.
that's all of us at the
Yep.
moment.
Yeah.
Helping others by doing good deeds is its own reward. I'm going middle of that. I'm ambitious and driven to win.
Strongly
I don't think
agree.
I am.
Yeah.
I think
Even
you
though
are.
like I'm
I'm
in
not.
a job where it's good to do that and I used to enter Smash tournaments, that's why I didn't like pick up top tiers and like really try to win, and it's why I don't do daily videos.
I reckon you are.
I don't think I'm that
I don't think you are.
driven
I don't
to
think
win.
all the way,
I think
but
I
I
prefer
think a
to do
little
my
bit.
own thing.
If he was driven to win, he'd be doing like daily reaction videos.
Think Zero and Hungry Box videos and pop at one. Anyway,
But less so.
I enjoy all sorts of competitions and always go for the win. Nah.
Really?
I don't always go for the
I
win.
would strong agree on that.
Yeah, that's because
I love
Yeah,
any
I know you
competition.
would.
this is literally the difference between people who become top players and people who don't.
I'm a fiend
Is
for
a top
any
player
competition.
really an alpha?
In Smash, I guess, but what does that get you?
Like anything, I still remember like my first hint of it was like in maths where you do like shoot the sheriff.
Oh,
I was
fuck.
like, I love this. I was like, this is it.
Your pupils dilate.
Yeah.
You like start
I
frothing
still
at the
have
mouth.
that memory.
Your alpha male comes out while playing fucking shoot the sheriff in grade 2.
15, bitch.
This next question is so funny. I might be willing to take a punch if someone I didn't like received 2 punches.
I definitely said no to that.
Yeah, I'm a strong disagree with
Did
that.
anyone
but
else
Does
like
anyone
do
agree
anything other
with
than
that?
strong
Some
disagree?
people are very vengeful. Some
Yeah.
people are so
You
vengeful.
hit me
not.
and someone else gets 2. It's like, what? That's a net.
Getting hit
net
freaking
negative for the
sucks.
world.
I don't want to get that.
Yeah,
I don't
you're-
care what happens to anyone else.
You've been probably hit the hardest out of all of us.
And
You know it sucks.
It's not pleasant.
If a friend and I owned a car together and I found out that friend had betrayed me in a major way, I might consider destroying the car. No.
There's all this vengeful shit.
Yeah.
Is that meant to be alpha?
Apparently.
We'll find out.
These are dumb as shit. That's why this is dumb.
I often reassure others when they are stressed out, providing them with a path forward. Yeah, but that can not always be good.
Yep.
You know, like if, especially with like your partner, if they're like stressed, like I know a lot of people like just like, oh, you should do this. And like sometimes
Yeah,
people
that's
don't want a
not good.
solution. They just want to be like, I'm stressed.
That
And,
took
like,
me a long
yeah.
time to learn in life.
Yeah, like
I
hear
gotta
the
ask-
other person's
You got to
feelings.
ask, are you? What's the thing I read somewhere? It's
Like-
like you want to. Are we fixing or bitching? It's like you want to
that's
fix the
good.
problem
That's a
or
good
like
one.
just talk about it.
That's
I
a
always
good
just
way.
thought people wanted to talk about it if they're talking about a problem. No, fix it if they wanted to talk about it, but they don't. Not all the
I
time.
think it's more often a guy mentality to be like, oh, let me give you the solution.
Yeah.
Mansplaining. God.
Definitely a
think
rational thing.
It's called being pragmatic rather than like, you know, it's like looking for a solution that's being pragmatic. So like, I think that's what a lot of us default to
Yeah.
when that's
Yeah.
not what they're asking for.
Yeah, 100%. I've definitely learned that.
I use insincere flattery to smooth things over, and this often gets me my way. So that's like being like, if you want a promotion, you're like, oh, you're so hot. Like
Yeah.
you're just pretending to like,
that in a
well, maybe not,
workplace.
not that exact example,
Wait,
but
why'd you
like
hit
being a
strongly
suck
agree?
up. I
No, I'm
didn't.
kidding.
I don't think I ever use insincere flattery. Sometimes when you have like a sincere compliment and then like I won't say it, and then you're like, you should.
Yeah, why would you not
But
say
like,
that?
yeah, but sometimes I just like won't. I'm just like, oh, they have a nice dress. You should always just say it.
Oh yeah, I'm working on that as
That's
a
something
new,
I
a new
learned
goal is like trying
recently.
to do that more. Yeah.
It's
Whoever
hard.
says like fuck you if you compliment them, it's like, how's that ever gonna go badly for you?
I think it's
Yeah.
the feeling of vulnerability when you give someone a compliment because you're like putting yourself down and they're like raising them up. Kind
And
of
also,
thing.
like a lot of in society, especially with, girls are way better at this than guys. Like girls will say to each other, "It's like I love your dress," and
'cause
that's
they don't
totally
mind being
normal.
vulnerable.
Whereas if a guy goes just like, "Dude, sick jeans," he'll be like, "What are you hitting me on me or something?" It's like, no.
what's the
Bro,
point
your
of that,
butt
bro?
looks so tight in those pants.
I mean, that's a different.
I mean, tight maybe not, but you can say good, and that'd be
I mean,
fine.
girls compliment each other's asses sometimes.
Yeah. I'm just saying the word tight is probably not right, but the idea is there.
I would be willing to steal $1 million if I knew I had a 99% chance of not getting caught. Who am I stealing it off?
The government, a bank.
Oh, yeah.
What? So you have a 1% chance of going to jail for the rest of your
Oh,
life?
nah, actually, that's a strongly no.
Beta.
From strong agree to strongly disagree.
I did slight
I'm
agree.
doing
not
it,
gonna
I'm doing
lie.
it quick.
Yeah, I would do that.
I
for
said
I
sure.
definitely
often need
no.
reassurance from others.
Ooh.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going
I
to put my
appear-
bets on the Zach is the same one as me, just judging by these answers.
I appear shy and reserved, but I'm passionate on the inside. No.
I'm dead inside.
No, I think I'm passionate on the outside and I'm not shy. I obey only those laws and rules that seem sensible to me. Yeah.
Bit of a
I demand
jaywalker.
that's Peter. I am Omega.
Ooh.
Is that what you got? No, that's not what I got.
I'm a pretty even mix of everything, but I'm most like an
Oh,
Omega.
yeah.
What does that mean?
Yes.
What's Omega mean?
Okay, Omega
Fish
males
oil.
are the cast-offs of the masculine social hierarchy. Lacking in social skills, money, looks, toughness, and competence.
Are these things you're
Well,
lacking?
fuck me, I guess. Fuck me.
Zach's like, sweet, Omega reads it. Oh, fuck.
Lacking in social skills, money, looks, toughness, and competence.
I don't think you're lacking in any of those
Again.
things at all.
Yeah, I think I have good social skills.
Yeah.
I have a good amount of money. I don't think I'm the most fugly person in the world.
You just got roasted by the quiz.
I'm lacking in toughness.
I love how you answer these 30 questions and then it's like, you're broke. It's like, how do you know that?
And incompetent. Traits that are most likely to take a man to the top. Omega should not be understood in the spirit of meanness. It's often stressful and hurtful. We do not inhabit our position by choice. Both men and women tend to overlook and ignore the omega. Leads to sadness and resentment.
This is so bad.
Thank God you didn't get that.
Yeah, I remember the last quiz. Everything was spun in a positive way, and this one's just like, you suck.
You are poor and ugly.
Nobody cares about you or wants you to succeed. Omegas feel like life is unfair to them and that people should do more to help us.
Okay, this one's
so
dumb
not
as
right.
No, this one's genius. I think it's really got Zach.
Some Omegas tell themselves that there is no hope for them since they were not born with movie star sex appeal or the silver spoon of wealth. Okay.
That
all
does
right.
not sound like your type of thinking
No,
at all.
this is so opposite to me, I feel.
I
Which is
wanna-
not the way I think about things. I'm not like, everyone else needs to help me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm like.
I think
yeah.
that's sort of the problem, like what Peter was saying, is that a lot of people don't conform to this way of
It's not even a real thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, I got very even between all of them. My next one was a beta, or Bravo, as they say it. And then Omega was only like one little thing
Oh,
above
yeah,
it.
sure.
So
That's very
Bravo.
even. You're well rounded.
I'm not too much of a fucking
Do you want to read out
failure.
what they all are? Because there's a few that I didn't know about.
Okay.
It doesn't tell you the definition, though, does
Wait,
it?
what? Would you want to go through what we were and then we could do the other? if
Oh,
we
I
missed one?
suppose.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I want to
there's
know what
types,
Jackson and Jordan were. I really want to know.
I was 90% Sigma.
Oh, what? That kind of seems not correct.
what do Sigma males do?
Sigma males are the lone wolves of the masculine social hierarchy. They are the men who have chosen to live outside the hierarchy. Indeed, Sigmas often turn their backs on many of the norms that society expects of them. They forfeit the benefits of hierarchy in exchange for the freedom that comes from pursuing their own path. Sigmas can be hard to cooperate with, and for this reason, alpha males generally don't trust. This is just a load of BS, isn't it?
Yep.
On the other hand, women often find the self-determination and detachment of Sigmas attractive. So Sigmas are likely to do well with the opposite sex.
Would you say you do well with the opposite sex?
Very well.
Nice.
Sigmas are often romanticized in internet culture. However, opting out of the social order is often a high-risk play that is not guaranteed to go well.
So Jordan's leaving the pack. He's leaving the underdogs.
I'm leaving the pack. I don't know how it came to this. I think maybe because I agree with like the not following like social norms or whatever just for the sake of following social norms. Like things like that, or like, I don't know, this is weird, but like being very excited for something like Christmas or something. I don't know. I feel like I have my own takes on a lot of things compared to just being like,
Such a Sigma.
this is what a lot of people are saying. I agree. So maybe that's why. But
Yeah, good on you.
yeah.
I'm sure you're.
I want to hear what everyone is.
Yeah, Jackson.
I was the same.
Yeah, I thought you'd be.
Sigma
Literally, if
males.
anyone's like, oh, okay. So Sophie's brother always says all these memes about Sigma males because of internet culture, and he's a meme lord. And then he's like, "Yeah, I've got that Sigma male grind set." And I'm like, "Dude, every time you call yourself a Sigma male, you become less of a Sigma male. You gotta stop." And he's like, "Oh, then who is a Sigma male?" I'm like, Jackson. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Nice. And Jordan.
I thought beta was like going to be one of the worst things you can get. And honestly, like I would have thought I was more of a beta than an alpha. But then I discovered fucking Omega existed.
Omega is rough.
You're willing to take the L on beta and then it just
Exactly.
fucking destroys
That's
you.
why you're an Omega, mate. You can't
Yeah.
be willing to take the beta.
Oh, God.
That's funny as.
True.
But yeah, like I don't know. We're at a wedding on the weekend, all four of us. Very fun. And Jackson walks past my table, and then someone on my table who doesn't know him just takes one look at him walking past with his jacket on and his mullet and just like the general way he's walking around, and is like, "That's a statement." and like, if that's all you need to know, that he's Sigma male, because he doesn't. You're not trying to make a statement.
Oh, I did like the jacket.
Oh yeah, you like it, but it's not like you're just like, this will shock him.
Yeah, no, that's
You just
true. That's
like
not-
it,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
thought that was a
That's
cool
why-
jacket.
That's funny as.
What were you, Peter? Were you alpha?
No, I was a Delta male.
What the
What
fuck
is
is
a
a
delta?
delta male?
That's exactly what I thought.
Oh, boy.
Delta was my second most, so I'm interested in that.
A
Only
Delta
right
male
behind.
is the most common type of man in socio-sexual hierarchy.
You're a normie, dude.
So it's basically they're the backbone of society and consist of normal guys who show up to their jobs and lives, contribute to society, and take pride in those contributions. So it's people who aren't fighting between each other. So the alpha and betas are
Happy
always
where they
fighting.
are.
And then the deltas are just kind of like let them fight. We're just gonna do our thing.
That sounds sort of accurate.
Yeah, I
was gonna say it didn't. Like,
I have no interest in fighting over top spots with people.
Yeah, I think
so. I
that's-
guess that would not make me
Yeah.
an alpha or beta because like I see people having pissing contests and I'm like, you're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And so I was never going to be alpha or beta because I'm not fighting over it. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
removed. It's just which one of the other ones I was going to be. But apparently delta. So there you go.
Sounds reasonably accurate.
Well, that's the most normal one. Like
Yeah.
if someone, I don't know.
Yeah, so they all must have been pretty accurate then.
So there's 6 types. That's only 3. What are the other? We know what alpha and
I'll
beta
do
are.
it again
Bravo,
in every question.
and-
I'm just gonna suck my own dick so I can get alpha.
We got gamma as well as the last one.
Okay, what's gamma?
It doesn't say.
I'll read
What
it.
is a gamma male?
A gamma male. What does it mean?
It's not a thing.
Gamma males are intellectual, highly romantic, ideologically driven men who hold a lower status, though they desire to be leaders. So they're like the smart, nerdy person who's just like, one day I will come and overtake the alphas with my brains. They like build a
That's
death
such a
ray and
classic
shoot
movie.
the alpha and betas, you know? But they're biding their time, waiting for their moment, you know?
I like that. I'll be rich one day. I'll show them.
I'll show 'em. It's like, have you seen those memes? And it's like, I don't know, it's like the kid who's not getting the girl in school.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
he comes back later with a bunch of money
Yeah.
and he's like, and he doesn't want them anymore
Yeah.
or something.
Yep, that's a classic. So that's the gamma male idea. But I think none of us are alpha or beta, which goes to show that we're not interested in fighting over these spots because they're all dumb.
Yeah.
I feel like we all kind of share that mentality. None of us are like, yes, I must be in the top spot. You kind of just do your own thing and be self-assured. Or
Yeah.
be shit in your case.
Yeah, why fight when you're an ugly, poor, incompetent male that can't get anywhere no matter if he tries? So, why fight anyone?
Oh, God. Yeah, this one was really dumb.
Imagine someone reading that though who actually does feel like that. That's so brutal. Like they are poor.
Called out.
They feel
They're
like they're
just like-
ugly. They're like, oh, let me do this test. Oh,
There was
no.
something that said, "What do you think about your looks?" How did it know you were ugly?
It turns on the camera on your phone, starts doing a facial scan. So guys, if you're listening to this, go Google male hierarchy test and you can do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us what you got in the comments. I'll be interested to see it and if you agree with it because it's dumb, but maybe you can find something you identify
If
with.
you got Omega and agree with it, I'm so sorry.
Or do the 16 personality test.
I'll
which is a bit
re-recommend that
better.
one
Yeah.
first.
That's a
Do
pretty
both of
good.
them. Let us know. Maybe you're a logistician beta. Who knows? Let us know your mix. Which flavor of human are you?
I think that's a pretty good place to end it.
Yep.
And yeah, do you guys think that the male hierarchies is accurate
Stupid.
at all?
Just
No.
stupid.
I think it exists for sure.
Really?
Okay, shut up.
No, with certain groups of guys, I think it definitely exists.
Oh,
yeah.
But
I don't
I
think
think that's only
everyone
'cause-
conforms to the ideas, but I think
because they
there's
think
people.
it does.
Well, yeah,
No,
that's,
but no,
that's
no,
what
no,
I
If
mean.
nobody told them about it, they wouldn't be trying to do
No,
it.
I think it's a natural thing though, because it always like every high school. It's
Yeah,
a thing.
there's-
There's a hierarchy, and you
Before I
know
knew what
it.
alpha males was,
You
I knew
know it.
what an alpha male was doing before I knew the concept.
No.
If that makes
Because
sense.
other animals all have hierarchies, and it's just you know it. It's just deeply ingrained.
Yeah, but
Even lobsters have
No,
hierarchies.
shut up. You fucks are just trying to say I'm an Omega.
it's
it doesn't
true.
exist.
Don't Google
we
it.
are people.
It's
We're
real.
changing our name to the Underhumans because we have no association with this fucking dog wolf hierarchy bullshit.
Look, you might say like in schools, this is the thing, these people are alphas. You take them out of that tiny context of school and the alphas suddenly are not alphas anymore, right? It's not an intrinsic thing about their person. It's just in this small setting
I
where
think
they've
it's
set
like
themselves up.
within groups of
It
friends.
doesn't
or
make
something.
you an alpha male. It makes you think you are in this setting.
Yeah.
I agree that it's imaginary, but I think it's real.
Okay, end the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
No, we're done. I'm dropping the mic.